Welcome to the Ashleie Elaine podcast, where soul meets strategy, spirit meets systems, and healing becomes your legacy. This is a space for visionaries, healers, builders, my cycle breakers, and leaders who know they're here to create more than just ideas. They're here to build something that will last. We talk about all things from spirituality to healing, public health to birthing your soul purpose. So, whether you're birthing a program, intervention, a business, reimagining your current work, or reclaiming your whole life's rhythm, you are in the right place. Let's begin. The greatest lesson I've had to learn was boundaries, plugging in those leaks. Not just in my personal life, but also in business, not just in business, but in my personal life, because I could see how they were spilling over into each. Everything you are gifted with is not meant for everybody, and everything you are gifted with is not meant for you to do for free. Your gifts will make room for you. They are meant to set the tone for legacy and change. We are talking about boundaries, intention, and clarity. So get your coffee, get your tea, get your notebook, find that comfortable seated space, and let's get into it. I think one of the things we miss in manifestation and looking at true alignment is the work we have to do on understanding our boundaries and constantly setting them, raising the bar a little bit where we need to, understanding our intentions and paying attention to other people's intentions, and actually asking the clarifying questions that we need to. I ask questions. There was a time, and sometimes I just wouldn't because I don't want to walk on. I'm like the whole eggshell thing. But when I'm not clear, I don't like how it feels. I also see that as an opportunity for me to understand, well, where is there a disconnection? Where is there a blur in boundaries? And what is my intention? What is this other person's intention? What does that look like? Aligning with what you want, what you allow, and what you actually deliver will make sense when you have the right intention, set those clear boundaries, and have clarity on what it is that you want, right? That vision. Are we sticking to the vision? Because the vision's never going to change, but the journey to getting there, that's always going to be where we have the most fun in healing and understanding ourselves and rising to the occasion when we need to. When we talk about intention, we are talking about what is your not goal, but what is it that you want to see for yourself? For the last maybe 6 months, I've been doing this thing where every single morning I set an intention for myself. It's nothing grand, it just pulls the energy into focus. My intention for 2026 is more joy, more impact, and more stability. I was journaling the other day, and when I wrote those things out, I was just like, oh, I actually enjoy the work that I get to do, right? I enjoy doing my podcast. I enjoy teaching yoga. I enjoy helping other people with building their program, their intervention, their business, whatever it is. I enjoy these things. So for some, I enjoy creating content. I really enjoy creating content, if y'all can't tell. But I enjoy doing these things. That doesn't mean that they're not depleting, but I understand that there is longevity in doing them. They are how I find joy because they allow me to be my authentic self. And where there's authenticity, there is impact. Where there is impact, there is stability. Because when you are impacting a people, you allow yourself to create change, right? Create change in one person, three people, 100 people, whatever. So, looking at how, like, the things I enjoy also can make me money is where my stability also comes in. What lights you up and why does that matter for your soul, for you, right? And for your audience, the people that you are meant to serve. If what you are doing does not light you up, it's time for that to change. Because no longer are the days where we are just bypassing, right? We are here on a mission. We are here to solve problems. We are here to input change in the world, in our community, in the things that we were called and cultivated to birth. So I want you to start asking yourself, what is my intention? Why do I want to build this program? Is it about me or is it about the impact that I want to make? Is it to create a change? And also, it is okay that you make money from creating impact. It is okay that that happens. I think the intention is how you do it, right? Is it manipulative? Is it self serving? If it's self serving, then it's not going to work for you and you're going to create a shaky foundation. If it's other people driven, there's going to be a return on your investment. There's going to be a return on the care that you give. There's also this thing called karma. What you put out, you get back. So, what is it that you intend to do with what energetic field you have? Another thing that's really important once you have your intention is the boundary. I 2025 was that year where I started noticing the leaks, where I was giving away free game services for free, allowing myself to bargain my worth with other people, whether it was through partnership, whether it was through whatever. And it got to a point where it was like, well, I'm helping other people do what it is that I just naturally know how to do. And I'm still trying to figure out how to pay for the things that I need. Like this can't be anymore. Like I'm not giving away any more free labor, guarding like I'm not giving away any more free energy. I had to learn how to protect my container. I had to learn how to protect my energy. I had to learn how to steward what it is that I was given. So much change for me last year and so much was given to me last year. The expansion, the clarity, the heightened awareness of my gifts and talents and all of these things. And it's like, well, no, I'm allowed to maximize on these things. Right? When we are told that my gifts will make room for me, that's not just to sit at the table and watch other people eat, because I guarantee you other people will eat off of what you cook and make sure and it's not that they make sure you have nothing. They don't know what their limit is or their boundary is, right? So sometimes when we are unclear about our boundaries, that like other people are unclear about where they need to stop. They just see it, they just feel it, so they just run with it. Saying no to free labor like I had to just stop everything. I stopped the Soul Tribe last year. I stopped everything. I just stopped working on my business because I was like, okay, I need to tap back into me. I need to tap back into me. I need to reconfigure my focus. Also, being in school, I just needed a moment to refocus back on me and look at the energy leaks. Where am I leaking? And where do I need to plug those holes? And some of those leaks were not visible. I had to endure certain things last year to show me where those energy leaks were. So even in like the last episode where I said taking that pause to really look at all of the things that have happened to reconfigure my nervous system to regulate it a little bit more, a little bit deeper, ground a little bit deeper, it gave me clarity even through my masters how I want this to look. What do I want to do with it? Cuz in my mind I was like, "Oh my god, I can't do all these things. I have to like let this go to do this because I have to like only work in this kind of sector." And it's like, "No, taking that pause gave me permission to look at, oh no, Ash, like you've been doing this. This masters is to just help elevate what you already do and what you already know and put name to it. So then was I able to integrate it. So now it's like, oh no, I can't give some of this stuff for free, right? What I do on social media, that's the only place for free game. I'll tell you that now, right? But it's also protecting my energy in, well, how much energy am I going to give to this DM conversation about business? It's like, nope, here's the link. You want to talk about this? Go ahead and set it up. This also protects me in it protects me and my clients, like my whatever soul clients are with me and coming to me, it protects them because they also need the full alert and prepared and aware and clear version of me so that they can also find the present clear intended version of them to build what it is that they are called to build, right? Setting boundaries it's not a limitation, and when people are in discomfort when you set boundaries, that is their limitation, not yours. That is them being the enabler and you being firm on what you will and will not do, what you will and will not tolerate, and where you draw the line, right? Even how you set your price point, that's a boundary. That's you saying, I know what my knowledge, my wisdom, my experiences are worth. And this is where that bar is. This is where that boundary is. This is where the line is, right? My friends don't even ask me for discounts. Like they will pay what it is that they need to pay to be able to um receive the service because they see the value in what I have to offer. Clarity. Woof. Clarity is one of those things where it's like today you have it, tomorrow you still got it. Ride on it, right? Ride on the clarity. Then something's gonna come in and test that clarity and be like, "Are you sure about this? Is this really what you want? Is this really how you want this to go?" Clarity allows you to get crystal clear on who you're servicing, what the service is, what the transformation is that they gain, and what is the evidence that you have that this is going to continue to work, because the goal in the transformation is self-sufficiency. So I like that I have return clients because that lets me know that I'm keeping things fresh, right? My modalities are staying fresh, but they also trust the space. But there's also services to where it's like, okay, I also need you to become transformed so that you can become the person that needs to hold this thing and continue to grow with it. I'm just a guide. We shouldn't have people hanging on our limbs as if we're God. No, we're guides, right? So when you're clear on the scope of your practice, what the intervention is, what the program is, what the curriculum needs to look like, what it is, like what is your target goal? What is it? Are you clear on that? And then what your value is, your value in dumping the wisdom and the knowledge, the gifts, the talents, all of that into said thing. And also, what is the value that is going to create in the people that you're servicing? What success looks like before you take on anything else, right? I like started asking myself, what does success look like before my clients come to me? And that's a twofold thing. What does success look like for me? And then what does success look like for my client? Because if either one of us walk away dissatisfied and unsuccessful from this partnership, I like to call it a partnership because we're partnering with each other to get the job done, then did it work, right? Having clarity protects my joy and my stability. My joy and my stability come from the work that I do because I love and enjoy the work that I do. And I believe that the work that I enjoy is also going to bring me stability. So, some actionable steps that you can take before you say yes to anything. What are your non negotiables? What are you not willing to do? Because let's also be real, time is money. Like that is the real currency. Time is the real currency. So if you're setting an hour consult to work with someone, what is that hour going to look like, right? Even if it's your friends that are like believing in what you do and they want to retain you for service, what does this hour look like? We can have girl time hour later, but what does this hour look like, right? What are your non-negotiables before you say yes to anything? And this translates not just in like the building of your business or like the vetting of clients. This translates in like your personal life. Before you say yes to doing something for someone or being present, what are the non-negotiables? And then have you created a container for what you offer? I'm thinking about this story in the Bible where this woman and her son, they needed oil. I'm probably chopping this up, which talk about me all you want to. But all I'm seeing in my head is an overflow of mason jars. And each mason jar is a container that holds the oil, which is your gifting that is going to be given to other people for healing, for transformation, for coaching, for whatever it is, right? Well, that's the goal of coaching. But have you created a container for it? You're allowed to do that, right? I think in religious spaces, old time religious spaces, we've been taught that you were supposed to give your gifts away for free, and I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I think that is a scarcity mindset. That's a poverty mindset. That is the mindset of you're a good Christian or you're a good whatever your religious belief is if you give this away for free, because the more impoverished you are, the more successful you are, and that's not true. um because the other side of that is like, what are you doing with all your wealth? Are you giving it back to communities? Are you creating scholarship funds? Are you creating grants for other people? Are you like, what are you doing to give back to other people? Because that's where the real magic is, right? The more you make, the more you're able to do and give away, because money is also energy. There's an episode I did on that probably really, really small. Go find that. And then anchor your pricing in the value you deliver, not the hours you work. The whole point of becoming an entrepreneur is to buy back time, is to creatively utilize your gifts to cut the time in half of delivering and serving people in a way that will give, I don't want to say instant results, but bring about change in a more transformative way because spirit is already in tune to it. So when you're anchoring your pricing or your worth, let's just say your worth, because that's something that needs to be healed also while you're in entrepreneurship. Like entrepreneurship is a healing journey. Let me just say that. But when you're anchoring into your worth, it's what you deliver, not the hours you work, right? Because if we want to get paid for the hours we work, then I mean, actually there's not. The job market is really, really trash right now. So no, but both and there's 9 to 5s, right? There's other ways for you to make money if you want to get paid by the hour and not by the service of what you deliver. So, intentions, boundaries, and clarity are like the group chat. They are where everything lives. I will never not say this enough. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak. And if you really are serious about entrepreneurship, especially in the public health space, and I say public health because it's all like community driven, it's healthy leadership, it's what are we doing to service the greater good of the people. You got to do your own healing work. You got to dive into these things for yourself, right? What are your non negotiables for yourself? You can have non negotiables for other people. What are the ones that you're setting for yourself? What are your gifts and talents? Have you actually asked yourself these questions and got honest and real about the vulnerability of what you actually fucking know? What you do, what your gold and your magic is. We like to downplay what our gifts and talents is. Let's not do that anymore. Be honest about what you know that you are capable of doing. It is okay. That doesn't make you less humble. That makes you aware of self. Because then are you able to really understand your worth? What are you worth? Right? And the real answer to that is like super timeless. Because we could put a dollar sign in on our stuff, on our work, and it's still never not going to be enough because the work that we do is it should be timeless. I want the work that I do today to be so timeless that when my son's sons are like, whoa, grandma said this like 100,000 years ago, and look, like it's that timeless. I want it to always be relevant because that's what wisdom is. Wisdom is timeless and it's always relevant. So the price that we put on it is going to be, well, what is it go what do I need for what are my day-to-day needs that are going to make room, what that my gifts and talents are going to make room for me for. Your soulful call to action. Oop, I just hit my elbow. Say this out loud, give yourself some journaling space, take a nice big inhale and exhale. What am I ready to say yes to? And what am I done giving away for free? Because, baby, I can answer both of them questions. I can I can answer both of them. My love ain't even free no more, to some extent. Right? If you are feeling stuck, anxious about what's next, how to do some of this energetic healing work, answer some of these questions, join me for a meditation and energy cleanse session. It is a 30-minute session And then on January 17th, we are doing another virtual heal shop. It is a yin and yoga nidra healing shop. I am all about wellness first. My agency, Ashleie Elaine Inc, is wellness first, because if you are not well, you cannot build anything that is well, and then you cannot take care of your family and make sure that they are well. I need you to be well first. We need healthy leaders. We need healthy leadership. And the only way to ensure that is to make sure that my people are good first. Because I don't care what you build, if you are not well, it will not heal the masses that it needs to heal. So, uh, I love you all for free. I just froze for a minute. I think I like glitched for like a point five seconds. I love you all for free. It's so good to be back on this mic. I feel the new energy coming in, and tune in next time. Bye.